Hello creators and welcome to the channel. A while back, I shared a workflow in our community. It was designed to fix some common problems with the Qwen edit model. For example, let's see I want to put this lace dress on this woman using Qwen edit. The original image is 1333 by 2000, but the output will be much smaller. This is because Qwen edit has a size limit of only 1 megapixel. The quality also drops. You get a blurry face because the model just makes the image worse. But look at the result from my workflow. Her face hasn't changed at all. The dress details look great. And the output image is the same size as the original, but that old workflow wasn't perfect. It has some problems. You had to manually put the dress into the fast canvas node to set the mask. This was a real hassle. Also, the mask was just a rectangle, so it sometimes changed pixels outside the dress that I didn't want to touch. Luckily, a community member named Leonardo gave me a great idea. He asked if I had tried LanPaint. So a big thank you to Leonardo for the inspiration. My new workflow now has two versions. The first version is for inpainting a single image. Let's look at some examples. Here, I can remove the bouquet from her hand and make her hand rest on her thigh instead. Or I can change her outfit to the pink lace dress I described in the prompt. The second version works with multiple images. For instance, I can manually mask the dress on one image and swap this dress onto that specific area. This is the final result. Now let's break down how this workflow actually works. Before we start, I want to mention I built this workflow on Running Hub. It's a cloud platform where all the models and nodes are pre-installed. That's why the top bar you see in my video looks different from your local Conf UI. If you want to know more about Running Hub, I put the link in the description below. Okay, so once you upload your two images, the first step is to mask the area you want to change. In this case, we are masking a dress. You need to make sure the mask is big enough for the new dress, this one here, to fit inside it. We hit a problem right away. The input image is too big for the Qwen edit model, which, as I said, only allows images up to 1 megapixel. To fix this, we use a resize image node to shrink both the image and the mask. But we want the final image to be the same size as our original upload. So I use this node to crop out just the area we are repainting. After the change is done, this node pastes the new section back into the original. This way, we only have to worry about the cropped piece being under that 1 megapixel limit. This node helps limit the image to 1 megapixel. The target dimensions are around 728 by 1440. You will need to adjust the width and height settings here to get your cropped image close to that size. I also want to point out I set the round to multiple parameter to 16. This just means the image width and height will be divisible by 16. This is a small trick to prevent the final image from being slightly shifted by a few pixels. Now let's move to the second group of nodes. This is where we find the main tool, the LanPaint KSampler. It's built specifically for inpainting. This sampler works with almost all diffusion models. The main settings you'll want to adjust is the num steps. I recommend 5 steps for most tasks. If you have a really challenging image, try 10. You'll see my sampling steps are set to 4. That's because I'm using the Lightning 4-step LoRa. There is also an 8-step version of this model, which can give you slightly better quality. Let's check the output from this group. As you can see, the image isn't shifted. The new dress is swapped in, but there are some weird problems on her arm. Don't worry, we are going to fix that in the next step. In the next group, I first upscale the image, then repaint it. This process is a lot like a high-risk fix. Now you can see the dress has much more detail. And look, the problems on her arm are gone. But this creates a new problem. The area outside the dress also got repainted. This makes it different from the original, and we don't want that. That's why I use this LanPaint mask blend node. It blends only the repainted dress area back into our original cropped image. You can see the result after blending in this preview. If you ever see visible seams, you can adjust the settings in the Gaussian blur mask node and this LanPaint mask blend node to fix it. Here's one more important thing. Because the repainting affects both the dress and the surrounding area, I use the KL Optimal Scheduler in the KSampler. This scheduler is great at keeping the image's original structure while it adds new details. But if you don't care about keeping the structure perfectly, you can definitely try other schedulers too. Finally, this Restore Crop Box node takes our finished crop piece and pastes it back into the full-size original. And there we have it, our final output image. If you want to download this workflow, you can join our community and try it for free. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. Alright everyone, I'm excited to see what I can show you in the next video. Stay tuned!